lack conviction.
1999. George Lucas announces he's making the Star Wars prequels. The entire film industry holds its breath. These are the most anticipated movies in history. And Lucas needs to cast the lead role, young Anakin Skywalker.
Mercy doesn't defeat an enemy, Master.
The boy who becomes Darth Vader, the chosen one. The casting search is global. Thousands of actors audition.
Actually interviewed about 3,000 Anakins. And from that 3,000,
Everyone wants this role. It's not just a part. It's instant stardom. It's career security for life. Hayden Christensen, a 19-year-old Canadian actor, gets it. In 2000, the announcement went worldwide. Hayden Christensen is Anakin Skywalker. He's on magazine covers, he's doing press tours, he's the face of the biggest franchise in cinema history. Lucas calls him perfect for the role.
One is never too old to learn, Snips.
The studio is thrilled. Fans are cautiously optimistic. This should be the beginning of an unstoppable career. Instead, it destroys him. The movies come out, the reviews are vicious, and Hayden Christensen becomes Hollywood's punching bag, the scapegoat for everything wrong with the prequels. His career doesn't just stall, it ends. By 2010, he's done with acting, living on a farm, hiding from the industry that blamed him for ruining Star Wars. This is the story of how Hollywood destroyed a talented actor for doing exactly what he was hired to do. The chosen one. Picture this. Late 1990s, Toronto. Hayden Christensen is a working actor getting small TV roles. He's done Are You Afraid of the Dark?, Goosebumps, Canadian teen shows. He's 17 years old and hungry. In 2001, he landed a role in life as a house opposite Kevin Kline. It's a small indie drama about a dying father reconnecting with his troubled son. Hayden plays the son. The performance is raw, vulnerable, genuinely good. Critics notice. He gets nominated for a Golden Globe.
Thank you.
Hollywood sees potential. Then the call comes. George Lucas wants to meet him. The role is Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Lucas has been searching for 2 years. He's seen thousands of actors.
We tested literally thousands of kids. We went all over the world for 3 years, doing tests, shooting tapes.
Big names auditioned. Leonardo DiCaprio was considered. Paul Walker tested. Ryan Felipe was in the mix. Lucas rejected everyone. Then he saw Hayden's tape. Lucas sees something specific in Hayden, a darkness underneath the boyish looks, an intensity that could sell Anakin's fall to the dark side, the ability to play vulnerable and dangerous at the same time. Hayden fits Lucas's vision perfectly. He gets the role. The announcement is massive. Entertainment Weekly cover, MTV specials. This 19-year-old unknown is suddenly the most famous young actor on the planet. The pressure is unimaginable. Star Wars isn't just a movie franchise, it's a religion to millions of fans. Hayden has to follow Jake Lloyd, who played young Anakin in The Phantom Menace and got destroyed by fans. He has to eventually become Darth Vader, the most iconic villain in film history. He has to carry the emotional weight of the entire prequel trilogy. And he's barely old enough to drink. Hayden trains for months, lightsaber choreography, physical conditioning, studying the original trilogy obsessively. He works with Lucas on understanding Anakin's psychology. The character is arrogant, impulsive, traumatized. He's a chosen one who doesn't want the responsibility. Hayden commits completely. He believes in the story Lucas is telling. He trusts the vision. Attack of the Clones. May 16, 2002. Attack of the Clones premieres. The hype is insane. Fans have waited 3 years since The Phantom Menace. This is the movie where Anakin becomes a Jedi, falls in love with Padme, and starts his descent toward darkness. The marketing is everywhere. Hayden's face is on every poster. The expectations are impossible. Then the reviews hit, and they're brutal. Critics hate the movie, but more specifically, they hate Hayden. The words used are devastating. Wooden, whiny, creepy, unconvincing. His chemistry with Natalie Portman gets destroyed. The romance scenes are called cringe-inducing.
Must be difficult having sworn your life to the Jedi.
not being able to visit the places you like or...
Entertainment Weekly says he delivers lines like he's reading a phone book. Rolling Stone calls his performance stiff and awkward. The dialogue became a meme before memes existed. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. That line follows Hayden for years. Late-night shows mock it. Internet forums tear him apart. He becomes a joke, not the character. Him. Hayden Christensen personally gets blamed for bad writing. Here's the thing nobody wants to acknowledge. The script is terrible. George Lucas wrote dialogue that nobody could deliver well. You're so beautiful. It's only because I'm so in love? No, it's because I'm so in love with you. These aren't lines. They're rough drafts. Even Natalie Portman, an Oscar-nominated actress, can't make them work. But Portman doesn't get destroyed. Hayden does. The fan backlash is vicious. Star Wars fans feel betrayed. They wanted Anakin to be cool, powerful, and magnetic. Instead, they got a whiny teenager complaining about sand and crying about his relationship. They blame Hayden. Online forums call for him to be recast. Petitions circulate. The hatred is personal and cruel. Hayden is 21 years old reading all of this, but he keeps defending Lucas publicly. He tells interviewers the dialogue is intentional. Anakin is supposed to be awkward. He's a monk who's never been in a relationship. Of course, he's bad at romance. The stilted delivery is a choice. Nobody believes him, or they don't care. Hayden Christensen becomes the face of everything wrong with the prequels. Revenge of the Sith and the Blame Game 3 years have passed. Hayden films Revenge of the Sith knowing the first movie got destroyed, but he believes this one will be different. This is the fall to the dark side. This is Anakin becoming Vader. This is what fans have been waiting for. Lucas promises it's darker, more mature. Hayden gives everything to the performance, the physicality, the rage, the transformation. May 19th, 2005. Revenge of the Sith premieres. The reviews are better than Attack of the Clones. Critics acknowledge it's the best prequel, but they still hate Hayden. His performance gets called overwrought, melodramatic. The scene becomes instant mockery. His Darth Vader moment is a punchline. The Razzies nominated him for Worst Actor. The media piles on. Talk shows make jokes. Saturday Night Live does sketches. Hayden Christensen becomes shorthand for bad acting, not just in Star Wars. In general, he's the example people use when discussing miscasting. He's the cautionary tale, the guy who got the biggest role in cinema and ruined it. Nobody defends him. George Lucas stays silent. Natalie Portman doesn't speak up. Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan and struggled with the same dialogue, doesn't say anything publicly. Hayden is alone. The entire industry watches him get destroyed and does nothing. Because it's easier to blame one actor than admit the scripts were flawed. Hollywood needs villains. The prequels disappointed millions of fans. Someone has to take the fall. George Lucas is too powerful to attack directly. The studio spent hundreds of millions. The special effects teams won awards. So it must be the actor. It must be Hayden. He's young, inexperienced, expendable. Perfect scapegoat material. The Razzie nomination is particularly cruel. He's nominated alongside other actors for Worst Actor of the Decade. The ceremony mocks him publicly. The industry that gave him the role, that praised his audition, that put his face on every poster, now treats him like a mistake. Hayden is 24 years old, and his career is over. The Exile. After Star Wars ends, Hayden tries to rebuild. He needs a hit, something to prove he can act in a good movie. In 2008, he starred in Jumper, a sci-fi action film directed by Doug Liman. The role is David Rice, a young man who can teleport anywhere instantly. The budget is $85 million. The studio wants a franchise. Jumper makes $222 million worldwide. That's a success, but critics destroy it, and they destroy Hayden specifically. The reviews use the same words: wooden, unconvincing, charisma-free. The Star Wars stigma follows him. Nobody can see past Anakin Skywalker. The franchise plans die. Sequels get cancelled. Another failure blamed on Hayden. He tries smaller films. Awake, a thriller about anesthetic awareness during surgery. It bombs. Takers, a heist movie with Idris Elba and Paul Walker. It makes money, but Hayden barely registers. The offers start drying up. Studios don't want the Star Wars guy. Directors don't want the baggage. Agents stop returning calls. By 2010, Hayden essentially quit acting. He buys a farm in Ontario, Canada. He moves back home. He works the land, stays out of the spotlight, lives quietly. Interviews from this period are painful to read. He talks about needing space from Hollywood, about feeling burned by the industry, about questioning whether acting is worth it. The farm becomes his refuge. He's growing crops, raising animals, and building things with his hands. It's the opposite of Hollywood. No cameras, no critics, no one calling him a terrible actor. He does maybe one movie every few years, small indie projects that barely get released. He's not retired officially, but he's done. Hollywood broke him. The reevaluation, something strange happened in the 2000s. The kids who grew up watching the prequels become adults, and they don't hate Hayden Christensen. They love him. To them, Hayden is Anakin Skywalker. He's their Star Wars. The memes that mocked him became affectionate. I don't like sand isn't cringe anymore. It's iconic. Social media changes everything. Prequel appreciation accounts explode. Fan edits highlighting Hayden's performance go viral. People start rewatching the movies and noticing things critics missed. The physicality of his lightsaber work, the way he conveys Anakin's internal conflict without dialogue, the transformation in Revenge of the Sith. He's actually really good. Then the sequel trilogy happens. The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker divide the fan base even more than the prequels did. Suddenly, people miss George Lucas's vision. The prequels don't look so bad anymore. The ambitious world building, the political drama, the tragedy of Anakin's fall. Hayden's performance gets recontextualized. Maybe it wasn't bad acting. Maybe it was deliberate choices. Actors start defending him publicly. Samuel L. Jackson says Hayden was great to work with. Ewan McGregor admits the dialogue was impossible. Even George Lucas finally speaks up in interviews. He says Hayden did exactly what was asked. The criticism was unfair. These validations come 15 years too late, but they come. In 2022, Disney announced the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and Hayden Christensen is returning as Darth Vader. The internet explodes with joy, not mockery, genuine excitement. Fans want to see him again. When the show premieres, Hayden's performance gets praised. He's magnetic, menacing, everything fans wanted. The redemption is complete. Hollywood finally admits it was wrong. The real story. Here's what actually happened. George Lucas wrote bad dialogue. That's not an opinion. That's a fact acknowledged by everyone who worked on those films. Lucas is a visionary world builder. He's a brilliant conceptual filmmaker, but he cannot write natural human conversation. The prequels are full of stiff, awkward, expository dialogue that nobody could deliver well. Hayden did what he was directed to do. Lucas wanted a specific performance. Restrained, formal, slightly off. Anakin is a space monk raised in a religious order. He's not supposed to sound like a normal teenager. Lucas directed Hayden to play it that way. Hayden trusted his director. That's what actors do. The failure isn't Hayden's. It's Lucas's direction and script. Look at the other actors. Natalie Portman is an Oscar winner. Ewan McGregor is one of the best actors of his generation. Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson. They all struggled with the same dialogue. They all delivered lines stiffly. But Hayden took the blame because he was young and expendable. The industry protected the stars and sacrificed him. The scripts were the problem. The romance in Attack of the Clones is written terribly. No actor could make those scenes work. The political scenes in all three films are exposition dumps. The emotional beats don't land because they're not written to land. Hayden worked with what he was given, and what he was given was deeply flawed. Hollywood needed a villain. The prequels made billions but disappointed a generation of fans. Someone had to be blamed. George Lucas was too powerful. The studio made too much money, so they blamed the kid. They blamed Hayden. It was convenient, it was easy, and it destroyed his career while everyone else moved on. The real tragedy is that Hayden can act. Life as a House proved it. Shattered Glass, which came out during the prequels, showed range and depth. The problem was never talent. The problem was being the face of movies that didn't work and having nowhere to hide when the backlash came. Hayden Christensen deserved better from Hollywood and from us. If this resonated, smash that subscribe button and tell me which misunderstood actor I should defend next. Thanks for reading.